Okay, guys. Today I will be breaking down Rafael dos Anjos versus Conor McGregor. The fight is not signed yet, but I'm guessing they're gonna fight. You know, it's either Conor fights Frankie Edgar or he fights Rafael dos Anjos. You know, I'd rather see him fight Rafael dos Anjos because I know Conor's gonna knock Frankie out. Frankie's too small. He's too small. You know, he had problems with big guys in the past, like Ben Henderson. You know, who used leg kicks to stop Frankie Edgar. You know, his movement and stuff to slow him down. You know, and use their size to beat him. And Conor's real big. He's about the same size as Ben Henderson or taller than him. You know what I'm saying? So I know he could emulate that game plan. You know, he could use leg kicks or Conor could knock him out because Conor got a lot of power in his hands. You know, I think he'll knock Frankie Edgar out easily. You know, after seeing him knock Aldo out, you know, it's hard to doubt Conor right now, to be honest. You know, it's hard to pick against him. You know, Jose Aldo was undefeated for 10 years. You know, 8 title defenses, if I'm correct. You know, he's unstoppable. You know, to see Aldo knocked out like that was crazy. That made me really believe in Conor ability. You know, so I think Conor would easily knock Frankie Edgar out. So I'd rather see Conor fight Rafael dos Anjos. So I'm about to break down the fight between Rafael dos Anjos and Conor McGregor and tell you what I think will happen if they fought. You know, if Conor McGregor and Rafael dos Anjos fight, it will be an amazing fight because Rafael dos Anjos is an animal. You know, he's been evolving a lot. You know, since his loss to Khabib, he's been destroying people, wrecking people. He beat Ben Henderson. He beat Anthony Pettis. You know, dominated Anthony Pettis. Flying knee Ben Henderson. You know, destroyed Cerrone. Just absolutely destroyed him on Fox. You know, so Rafael dos Anjos is a force to be reckoned with. You know, but if they fall, I think I would give the edge to Conor. I think Conor would beat him. Why? Because I think I think Rafael dos Anjos is falling in love with his striking too much. You know, if Rafael dos Anjos came in the fight and shot a takedown right away and he took Conor down and used his ground game, I think he would win. But Rafael dos Anjos is falling in love with his Muay Thai way too much. You know, so I think just like Aldo, you know, when Aldo was fighting Conor, if Aldo would have came out and shot on Conor right away, he would have had a shot. But Aldo was boxing a lot in his training camp. If you watched the way he was training for the Conor fight, he was doing a lot of boxing. You know, so in his mind, he was in there to strike with Conor instead of using what Conor's weak at, his ground game, you know, because Conor's talking will get you to do that, or get you to want to knock him out, you know, which is a big mistake because he's such a good boxer, you know. But Rafael dos Anjos, back to my point, Rafael dos Anjos is falling in love with his striking way too much, and Rafael dos Anjos has been knocked out in the past by Jeremy Stephens by uppercut, you know, and Conor McGregor has laser-like uppercuts. You know what I'm saying? I know Conor McGregor is going to be watching that fight and pay attention to that. And not only that, but Conor been killing himself to make 145. He's been killing himself to make 145, and when you see Conor at the weigh-ins at 145, he kills himself to make 145. You know, he kills himself, but when it comes to fight day, you know, he puts that weight on very well. You know, when you can't even tell that Conor just cut a lot of weight. You know, after you see him at the weigh-in, he's depleted, but when he puts that weight back on, you know, he's knocking fools out. You know, the weight cut don't even look to bother him when he's in the ring, in the cage. You know, but when Conor fights at 55, I think it's going to be a big advantage. You know, because he's not going to have to kill himself to make weight, and he's going to be able to add a lot of weight onto him. You know, when he moves up to 55, he's going to add a lot of weight. And I think he's going to bring that power up. I think he's actually going to double his power. You know what I'm saying? So that's bad for Rafael dos Anjos. I think Rafael dos Anjos is going to be agitated by Conor's talking, and he's going to come in there. You know, and Rafael dos Anjos is real aggressive. If you watch the way he fights, he's super aggressive. You know, he's not too defensive. He comes right at you, you know, and that's going to be bad when he faces someone like Conor. You know, when he comes right at Conor, I think Conor's going to put a straight left on him or hit him with uppercuts, you know, and knock him out. I think Conor wins that fight by knockout. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nobody beating Conor for a while, even at lightweight. Maybe Anthony Pettis possibly, you know, could use his ground game or his stand-up. Or the person I really see beating Conor is Khabib Nurmagomedov. I think Khabib is too strong. You know, he would throw Conor around. You know, Khabib Nurmagomedov is one of the best grapplers at the lightweight division. If you watch Khabib's fight against Rafael dos Anjos, Khabib was throwing Rafael dos Anjos with judo throws, crazy judo throws, just throwing him around like he was a child. You know, and that's because Khabib grew up in wrestling and judo. You know, he combined the two. You know, you rarely find anybody that can do both. You know, you see people who can wrestle and you see people who can do jiu-jitsu, but you never see people who combine the two. You know, that's crazy. You know, that's a crazy combo. You know, so Khabib's wrestling. Conor can knock Khabib out. You know what I'm saying? If he stops his, you know, if Conor gets taken down and he gets up, and then he can light Khabib up. But, you know, that's the only guy I can really see him. But anyways, that's how I see the fight going between Rafael dos Anjos and Conor. I think Conor wins by KO in the first or the second round.